I have an older tool from my stash, and it has been stashed, and I thought I would bring it out and try to use it because I want to try something. This is called a Fiskars Shape Boss. And I don't know if you can... That's what this is called. There are holes around the outside, and there are pegs, and there are little places to place the pegs. The pegs come in here. Now, when I bought this, 2006 or 2007, this came with this stylus, which has a large end on a large ball on one end and a very small ball on the other end. These pegs, they fit in the holes. Now, when I bought this, it came with some overlays, and there are two pieces to them. Now, this is long before the embossing folders, but this is all done pretty much by hand. And you line up the holes that you can see down the side, and that means that you can turn this any which way and line it up in the holes. This particular overlay is for 12 by 12 paper. How the directions said to do this was put this gray piece and line it up with the holes. I'm going to close this and get it out of my way. Then you put your piece of paper in. And then this overlay goes over the top. And then you use these pegs to hold this in place and keep from shifting on you. There are grid lines on this overlay where you can put your paper, make sure your paper is straight. And get it within the line. And there are also registration marks here for the smaller designs. These would be, oh, for maybe card fronts. Or you can use them to place photos. Use these as photo mats, whatever you want to do. Now, you use the embossing tool, and now this is the old school kind. What I'm doing is going inside this cutout and pressing pretty hard to get this sort of embossed image. This takes a little while to do. This is not the fastest. And anything else that you want to add in here on these things. Now I'm going to go to this one. There's a small area there that this ball won't fit in. So I need to use the other end to get in there. And then work with the larger ball to finish this. And you just continue on in the pattern. Getting into the little corners. Oh, where are you? There is the embossed image. This is another size, and it's also by Fiskars, and it's the Shape Boss, and it works with this system. All right, I want to do this flower here with these little ribbon-like things. And I will do that on the other side of this 12 by 12. Now this is for like 8.5 by 11. If you were to use a 12 by 12 in here, you'd have to do some adjusting to be able to get the corners just right. All right, so I'm going to stick that in there. Like that. All right. So this is for 8.5 by 11. And it's basically the same principle. Use this tool, this stylus, to go in through the pattern, the cutout. Right, there's the embossed image. You just take your little square, lift up the overlay, and then line it up here in the corner, line it up in the grid marks, and hold this down. Drop down the overlay and then begin. Markers, instead of embossing, then just put your writing implement just inside the inlay and follow it along, and it's thick enough that your marker will ride right along the edge. As long as you don't go too fast. And then that's what it looks like, just using the markers. And if you're a Copic person, then you've got room to play there. Okay, you can heat emboss your embossing if you would like to. You're going to swipe straight. You're not gonna tip this, but you're gonna have it straight, parallel with the card, and you're just gonna gently swipe over the top. And don't mash it. Don't push down. Just gently slide. And you might get some outside of the embossed area, but you can use a paper towel to wipe that. Wipe that off. And try not to tip it either as you're doing it. Okay, and then put your embossing powder on. Embossing powder of your choice. And once again, this is stuff that I picked up a long, long time ago. All right, well, that static thing, okay. You see all that static? And I used the embossing buddy over here, so I don't have much of it there. So you will need to have a brush, a paintbrush of some kind, and then just get in and clear all of this excess away. And this is going to take a little while to do. Okay, I got that cleaned off. Wow. If you mash this on while you're trying to get it over the design, you're going to get Versamark ink down here in these open areas, and then it's not going to be so easy to clean up. So just carefully, very carefully slide it across on the top of the image. All right, now I'm going to heat this. Now you have it heat embossed, and it was pretty easy. And you can mount it to a mat. And I think I've skidded it. No, I didn't. What do you know? Crooked, but it's on there and it's not smeared. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this is that we have old stuff, but we have a lot of new products that we've brought in. And the new products are pretty versatile and things that we can use on just about anything as long as we put our mind to it. Alright, now with a little bit of water, I'm going to do some sort of watercoloring with this stuff. What is this? I don't know what it is. Some kind of pearly stuff that was over in the paint. I'm going to get a little bit of this green, and it is sparkly, like it has micas. This was, what, about $5. Okay, now if I can see what I'm doing. Move this water out of the way. Okay, and then need you to come down here. This embossed image on this white is just a little difficult to see when you don't have the light in the right place, but I'm going to put this thank you somewhere in there. Well, okay, this is just, I'm a bad stamper. I gotta practice more. Okay, I'm going to use chalk, and you can use Q-tips or cotton balls, whichever, or you can use the little sponge things that come in the chalk stuff. This is from Stampin' Up, and their new set is not like this. It doesn't look anything like this at all. So let's see, let's start with a pink color. And then I will do a bright yellow. And then, oops, and then I'll use a green. Okay, and if you want, you can use a paper towel to kind of smear all of this in and lighten it up. Well, there's that one with the chalks. Sorry. Alright, and then this one I'm going to use a cotton ball, and how about an orange color? Get some orange on the cotton ball and then just start working it around. Darken it as much as you want, or go a little bit lighter, and then work some of it in here into this area so that you just don't have a all of a sudden stark white place. Okay, now I'm going to try and rubber stamp again, so we'll try this again, just a minute. Okay, we'll do this one again. And I'm going to use StazOn. And I'm going to try this thank you again. There, that one worked. Okay. Then I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. Just wanted you to know how special you are once again. That one's a little straighter than the last one was. Okay, coloring with markers or pens is not something that I have done very much of. So this is not going to be an absolutely fantastic blow your socks off kind of demonstration. But those of you that work with the Copic markers all the time and know about shading and stuff, hey, this will come easy for you. All right, now I'm going to tip this way. Whoa, that was a little too much. I want to use the side of the brush. Wow, this is pretty bad. Okay, now I'm going to use this lighter purple. Let's see, I probably should do something over here. Yuck! Oh well. Wow, that looks really bad. And I mean really bad. It's a good thing that these are just, I'm just messing around. Alright. So that's with markers. And hopefully you'll do a better job. Okay, now this is tea dye. And I think I will use it on this larger one. Sorry, just a moment. I gotta get my paper over here. Okay, so this is tea dye. This is not really cardstock. This is some stuff that came between some pages on a in a scrapbook album thing that I picked up a long time ago. And I took these things out of there and shoved them in. So when I was cleaning up my room, these got put in there. Okay. So there. It's inked with tea dye. And with this smaller one here, I am going to use antique linen.